Number 9, can you do Disney College program as a face character, and that's by Disney Princessing?
Yes, but it's going to be rare. Being trained as a face character, to my knowledge, takes a good amount of training. If you're going in for character auditions, they are looking for fur characters mainly. They're looking for friends of Pluto and Goofy, especially Goofy currently. But they want someone who's going to stay. If you're going to be doing characters, they need time to train you for one. Not to say it doesn't happen. If you're a boy, it's less likely you're going to be a face character because there are less boy face characters that are just not in the parades that do meet and greets. I mean, there's your Gastons, there's your Peter Pans, but other than that, and Aladdin's, and Naveen, Prince Naveen. But I really can't think of many male face characters. Princesses have the one up on the boys for that one. But what I would say is definitely have the dance ability when you go into that audition. Definitely be following Jennifer's advice for auditions, because guess what? She's right. Everything that she said, I've watched all the videos. She is right.
It's sad, you know, like it's not easy.
No,
I will say.
No, the auditions are hard. The days before are hard. It's grueling to get up and perform for judges that you've never met and be able to pull what they're pulling. And it's quick, you know. If you are not good on your toes, you know, they might look over you. And just because they look over you that time doesn't mean that you don't have a shot.
Right.
The first time through, they might not be looking for your body type. You never know what casting's looking for. So my advice on that is what Jennifer says: keep trying, keep pushing through. And if it's your dream, make it a reality.
Great, Josh. I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for all those kudos. I appreciate that.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, a lot of girls are intimidated by dance, and I can relate to you because I have 2 left feet. I feel as though it's, you know, only because I resembled Jasmine, and I'm 32 right now, so don't look at me. Imagine 10 years ago, you know, but I'm pregnant too right now. I'm almost in my 3rd trimester. But yeah, so unless you have what they need, even then it's kind of rare. Like, they prefer to have strong dancing skills, and you will give yourself a big leg up against the competition if you've been taking some sort of dance class for even just a couple months before you go in, so that you feel more confident in the movement. Like, just there's a lot to be, I don't know how to explain it, having that skill of being able to process it in your brain and make it happen. Yeah, it's not easy to do. Coordination is not for me. Some of you girls probably are like, oh, that's easy, Jen. but for me, it wasn't. Rachel was an amazing dancer. She could have danced on stage. She chose not to, for her own personal reasons, but she could have done it if she wanted to.
Absolutely.
So anyway.
Along with the CP characters, I would, if you do get it, if you're one of the rare few, don't let it go to your head. So many of them, I've met many CPs that were friends with different characters, and sometimes that can go to your head. And always remember to stay humble. You are part of an elite group that has been chosen by Disney, no matter what your position. Don't let that get to your head. You're no better than a guest. You're no better than any other cast member. You're there to do you, perform your duty, and to make guests have a magical day. Always remember that.
And if there's one thing I learned, especially if you are cast as a character or in entertainment or the face character, because it's almost like you're interviewing again for another job position.
Exactly.
It is much more rare, like you said. I almost feel like you need to be that much more extra humble and extra careful and sensitive to others who wanted to get in, but for whatever reason, they just, it didn't pan out, And it's important to be compassionate and go that extra mile of sensitivity, because you might take it for granted. And, I think I might have taken it for granted. And so if I could go back, I think I would have been a little bit extra, like I talked about it like it was normal and matter of fact. And I remember one girl snapped at me and said, well, I'm a better character than you. It came out of nowhere. I probably wasn't meaning to upset her or maybe I said something, I'm just thinking, or maybe it was the way I acted nonchalant about it. But looking back, I think that I just think that's important. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy here, but but it sounds like you have encountered a lot of really nice characters.
Oh yeah.
And
they've been my biggest support, especially Peter Pan. He's been my biggest friend through this difficult thing with my mom. I've written him letters. Peter Pan doesn't hug. Remember that. Peter Pan doesn't hug. But I got hugs from Peter Pan, and he told me to come back whenever I need to, because he knows my situation's a bit dire and difficult. So, big thank you to Peter Pan out there.
We love you, Peter. Next question. Do you have to pay for flights? And that's Bianca Elliott asking.
Absolutely. You are going to be responsible for the first 2 weeks, as well as a $350 deposit to secure your room and secure your place with Disney. So you're going to be paying $350 initially down. You're going to be paying for your flight or train or drive. I recommend drive. And hotel rooms if you're getting there early. All the things that you require while moving. Mattress pads, because for some people the bed isn't comfortable. All your technology, your shampoo, your conditioner. And for 2 weeks, you might not see that much money because you aren't going to be working. You're going to be going through traditions. You need to have a little nest egg when you're doing this. A lot of people I see do a GoFundMe page, but it doesn't work out because you're asking for so much for people and you're posting it to the college program page, and we're all trying to get there. Unless your family's putting down the money or you have the money set aside, it's going to be extremely difficult. So working a job or having that money set aside is going to be your best bet. Definitely expect expenses, because magic comes with a price. Magic comes with a price.
Words to live by. Listen to the man. Will both genders be living in the same housing units, or are they separated by gender? And that's by Autumn and JHS.
Okay, this is a pretty easy question, I think, but it's going to sound a little complex the way I explain it. Your roommates will all be of the same gender. Now, you may have a transgendered roommate, which is kind of unique. Disney has started recognizing transgendered individuals, so they may be in transition, but as long as they're legally recognized as a male or female, they may be your roommate, and you might not know. It's all what they wish to share with you. But legally, Disney is obliged to follow with that. Now, if you are a male, you will not have females in your apartment. If you are a female, you will not have males in your apartment. They can come in and visit, yes, until 1 a.m. Maybe, yeah. Then they have to go home.
How do they enforce that?
But it's in your book when you come in, and you don't want to get points. You don't want to get termed. Mm-hmm. Follow the rules.
Somebody could snitch on you, maybe.
So exactly. You never know. There are Disney snitches sometimes.
Be good. Be good people.
Be good. Exactly. Someone's always watching. Jiminy Cricket's on your shoulder. But your next door neighbors could be females if you're an all-male room. So you never know. It's an apartment complex. You never know who your neighbor's going to be. Be friendly to them too. Gender doesn't matter. Just go be cool with it. Make friends. Have a good time. Come home. Get to sleep. And don't bother your roommates too much.
Awesome answer. 12. Do you live with similar workers? And that's from Catholic with Christ.
You do in a way, because you get to choose. Now, whether your choice will be honored is a different story. It all depends on availability and what Disney can do. Because Disney can only work so much magic and coordinate so much. But you will get a dorms email 10 days before your arrival, and by then, if you're on the Facebook page, you have already started to make connections and see who you get along with. I have a group of 6 guys that all want to be in Patterson with me. We're a very diverse set, and we're going to try our best to be in Patterson together. You'll be able to select roommate preferences. Sometimes you might only be able to put 2 or 3 other people other than yourself to link up with. But sometimes you might not be able to link up with your whole group. So really find that 1 or 2 individuals that you really get along with and try to get what makes you comfortable. They might work the same job as you, they might not. They might be at a different park. But my advice on choosing a roommate is choose someone who you're compatible with. Someone who can be your friend and isn't just working the same job as you. Because in the end, it's about making connections, lifetime connections, not just something that's superficial. If you're coming in there and you don't like your roommate, your situation is not going to be a positive one. And in often cases, I've seen it result in people self-terming, which means leaving the program and going home because they're miserable with their home life. It's all about who you surround yourself with and how you approach things.
Oh, that is so important. That's a great message. Yeah, because they can make your life miserable outside of work. It can, you might start thinking about it on the job and
then it's distracting.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question is, can you request a room with your friends? And that's by Maggie Wright.
Absolutely. Find friends. Find them. New people, old people. Be open to people. Really make connections on that page. There will be drama. I can promise you that. On the Facebook page before you get there. When you're just applying, everyone's like, oh, when are acceptances? When are acceptances? Acceptances come. Drama, mean messages come out onto the page. And then people leave the page. And then you're left with who's part of the program. And then there's still some drama. You know, find some people who you get along with that won't be dramatic. Find real friends online through the Facebook page. And then, or if you have friends that are also doing the program, do it with them. Make yourself comfortable.
That's so important that you mentioned that there will be drama. I can promise you that. I think people might have this idea that they're going into a perfect work environment, and you know, Disney is a magical, wonderful place to work, and you do meet these wonderful people. But there is drama, and I think that's with any job. It's, Disney World is not excluded from reality,
And if you watch Once Upon a Time, Rumpelstiltskin says it again and again, all magic comes with a price. It's words to live by, especially at Disney. You're going to be working those long hours and you'll be thinking that magic comes with a price.
Not everyone at Disney is going to be like Mickey Mouse, super happy. There's going to be grumpies in the mix.
There are 7 dwarves at Disney. You're going to get your happy, you're going to get your sneezy, you're going to get your dopey, and you're going to get your grumpy. So just be prepared.
Yeah, it's important to know. I've cried at the hands of a grumpy several grumpies. So,
Even with guests, it's the same thing. You have 7 dwarfs with guests.
7 dwarfs with guests. So true. Very true. And yeah, I feel like that almost bonds you with your fellow cast members even more. because
Oh, yeah.
you're experiencing the same drama, you know.
And it can be hard sometimes. I've seen CPs especially get overwhelmed and have to go backstage, and sometimes it's okay to cry, and there's going to be a cast member there that's going to be there for you, especially if you're kind and you've formed bonds and you're humble. A full-timer may come up and give you a hug and say, you know what, I've been there.
Yeah.
We're gonna buck up, we're gonna get back out there, we're gonna put our smile on, and we're gonna make a magical day.
Love it.
It's the Disney way.
Next question. How do you find roommates? And that's by Zany Neptune.
You're gonna be looking on the Facebook page is gonna be the biggest asset that you have. Look for people who are like you. That's what I can really say. Or if you have friends that are doing the program, do it with them, You already know them. You know who you are. Find what's best for you and chase it.
Next question. Talk about the phone interviews.
The phone interviews are exceedingly difficult, for me at least. It would have been much easier if I could see the facial reactions of the person who was interviewing me, but I'm a communication major, so I need it all. I need the full sensory, but I was listening to vocal tones and things like that I could tell how the interview was going. Be prepared. Start researching random interview questions, not just what Disney's going to ask you, what any employer is going to ask you. And you're going to really need to market yourself. You're going to need to know your strengths. You're going to need to know what assets you have and what you can bring to the table. They're going to ask you a lot of questions, a lot of random questions, and don't be afraid if they're bringing up a position to say, I really don't feel I'm best suited for this position. Here's why. And here's why I'm best suited for this, because it can redirect the interview in the direction you want. It could go good or bad, to be honest. But it really does help for you to have a confidence about you. For me, I know that I had a bunch of inspirational quotes posted on my physical wall, taped to it with a castle, inspirational wall quotes. And then I had questions that I might be answered or asked, questions that I might be asked. And I would sit there and I would go, okay, I would tally mark as I would go. This is the question I've been asked. This is the question I've been asked. So I could try to start figuring out where they wanted me and where I was moving with the interview. So I could keep track of, okay, this is a question that sounds like it's for merchandise. This is a question that sounds like it's for attractions. This is one that sounds like it could be for character attendant. And I wanted to really have control in my interview. So I would recommend having the paper in front of you, not on the ground so it sounds like rustling, but on something physical, and have a pen in hand. Know your interviewer's name, because at the end of the call, they're going to thank you. And if you can thank them and remember their name, that's going to give you kudos. I mean, they're going to appreciate that you were like, thank you, Jennifer, for this great interview and for the opportunity. I look forward to hearing from you at the next process. Be amiable, be personable, and really sell yourself.
I love it. Those are great tips. I'm sure it's intimidating. I can't imagine how you felt when you were going through that phone interview.
The full heart flutters. It's a difficult thing. Perhaps in the future we could do maybe a mock interview if people respond favorably to this video.
Yes. Would you guys like to see a mock phone interview where he and I interact like we're on the phone interviewing? To me that sounds fun. I would love to.
I think it would be fun. I'd love to go through the interview process again.
So,
as terrible as it was for me, I'd love to do it again.
Share this video, like this video, give it a thumbs up if you want to see this mock phone interview. If you liked this video, like the video. And also I want to say Josh has started his own YouTube channel. And I guess I'll leave the link on the screen, and I'll leave it below in the description box as well. What do you want to say about your channel?
I'm going to be focusing not just on the college program, but I'm going to be focusing on grief and dealing with parents and finding the beauty within inside yourself, because there's so many people in this world that beat you down in so many situations. Coming into this program, you need strength, you need enrichment, and that's what I hope to provide, a message of hope.
That's wonderful. So if you want to learn more about Josh, definitely go check out his channel, link below. I'm so thankful that he offered his time to help me to be able to do a Disney college program video with him. So, you know, because I know you guys had a lot of questions about that. This video is also going to be on his channel, so you can also watch it there. And if you want to share and like that video as well, that would really help him out. And just go, you know, check out what other videos he's posting, see what he's up to. He's on Instagram, and he posts a lot of pictures of Disney so that you can really feel like you're following him on his journey. And that's kind of how I felt. It's kind of like, oh, so, you know, what's going to happen next, you know, because oftentimes, you know, I hear from you guys, and then I don't really know what happens to you after you audition. And, you know, Josh is going to be in town. I go to the parks a lot, so, you know, I hope to run into him. He'll let me know where he's at and everything. So,
absolutely.
You know, if you guys are doing Disney college program and you're stationed somewhere, I would love to know. I'd love to, you know, if I'm strolling along with my stroller or my newborn or whatnot, I'd love to, you know, say hi, and you can tell me about your audition if you want. I don't know.
Or how nervous you are for it.
Or how nervous you are for it, you know. So.
She was my biggest help.
Say what?
You were my biggest help.
Oh, Josh, I hope that someday your dreams and aspirations with the Disney company come to fruition, and that, you know, whatever that may be, whether that's in entertainment or elsewhere in the company, I would love to see you soar. So
thank you. Thanks so much for watching the video and tuning in. Hope to see more of you. Come see me on my channel. I'd love to get to know many of you, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm always there, and I'm always there to help. So hope to see you around.
Yeah, I do want to try to redirect DCP questions towards Josh, because I'm not the best person to ask. I did not do the DCP program, but again, I've received a lot of questions, which is why I'm doing this video with Josh. So, you know, definitely, you know, go bombard him with questions. So he would love to answer, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right. Well, everyone, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
See ya.